Hi everybody, it's Michelle from Poochie Baby, and today is day 8 of the Video Every Day in August challenge. I'm going to show you guys a closer look at my Hobonichi Techo 2014 Cousin Spring. It's the A5 size. It is in Japanese, but I will show you the pages so you can see you can still understand, even though if you don't read Japanese, it's no big deal. So let's get started. Opening the book, come to the cover page, and you have the 2014 calendar here, 2013 calendar, and 2015 calendar. So you just have the year overview here. You can keep track of whatever you want to, the days or anything that you're tracking over the year view right there. The next we get into, it's sort of a perpetual calendar. Not really a perpetual calendar, but it does have each month starting in April. So this was April 2014. So this is already passed. We're here now in August. And it has each day, 1 through 31, 1 through 30. You can just list down important dates. Keep track of whatever you want to here in this column for each month. And up at the top, it has little check boxes. I'll show you. So you can even keep track of tasks, maybe the most important tasks for that month, things that you're tracking. And it also has another box at the bottom to keep track of more information for each month. So that goes through March of 2015. And you see, even though it's in Japanese, the lettering, the numbers are in English, so you still have your numbers 1, 2, 3. Here's 10, 11, 12. So you can still use it. It's both English and Japanese. And then we move into the monthly spreads, which is the same. All the numbers are in English. The days of the week are in English and Japanese. And over here, that's in English also, and Japanese both. So you have a lot of room here to write in on your monthly calendar. And you also have this space here on this side to keep track of anything else you want to keep track of here. It has these little task boxes to keep track of tasks for the month. And I think I'm going to set mine up over here also to do some more of the DIY fish type of tracking here, because I do that on my calendar now, and that's really important for me for tasks for the month. And I also keep track of all of my bills and income for the month. So I may have to use, I don't know, maybe this bottom portion here or the bottom here to keep track of that. But there's plenty of room. It's so nice. The paper is very, very thin. It feels like Bible paper, but it feels very durable. I tested the pen on part of it, and I'll show you that in just a second. So you have your months. That starts February 2014, and we're in August now. So I'm just going to go back and fill in all this information that I had on my previous calendars. I know a lot of people don't do that, but I do, because I don't know, I'm kind of obsessive about that, and I need to have all that information in here. And for me, it's kind of relaxing to just sit down and rewrite things in my calendar. It's kind of strange, but that's the way I am. So we just flip through. I have it marked here with the page mark for the month. For this month, I haven't put anything in here yet, because I wanted a clean view to show you guys on video. So we're going all the way through. Let me keep flipping. And it goes through April of 2015. See? After the month pages, you go into the weekly. Oh, I'm sorry, it goes through May. I skipped a page. May of 2015. So then we get into the weekly pages, and that started in the very end of March, the beginning of April. And each weekly sheet has the days beginning on Monday through Sunday, and Sunday is marked here. And I just kind of wrote in, as an example, put in a schedule for the day, because I was testing my Coletto pen on here to see how it would hold up. And you can see It shows, this is on the other paper, the other side here. This is what I wrote in here. It shows right through the paper. It doesn't really bleed because the ink is not actually coming through the other side, but you can definitely see it right through the other side. And I had to decide if that's going to drive me crazy or not, because I know I'm not going to want to stop using my Coletto pen. And this is all just an example. I made up a schedule just to write that out for the day. The days start on this weekly sheet. You have your top 3 tasks here at the top, and they start at 6 a.m. and they run through 12 p.m. and it's written in military time for you folks here in the U.S. who run on military time. So that'll be easy for you to understand. I always get confused after 1,300 hours. But I can either learn how to read it in military time, or I can just write over and put, 1 through 12 here. But I don't think I'm going to go all the way up to midnight. I think I'm going to stop mine at 11 p.m. because usually whatever I'm doing at 11 o'clock, I'm be doing for the rest of the evening until I go to bed. So, and then I'll use this extra space down here to write in just my notes on my 12-week year goals. And up here, I don't start getting busy at 6 a.m. I usually start getting busy at 7. So this space here I'll use to put in my good thing that happened for the day. And I think up here I will just put in meals for the day also up here. And then that way I can have it set up the way that I currently have it set up in my Hobonichi. And I'm not missing out on any information. Now you have this extra room at the bottom, so you can do more with that. And then on the side, right here is where Monday starts. So over here you still have all this space where you can keep track of other things. And I do a weekly list of DIY fish type tracking, which I can put in here and keep track of that here. So I won't be losing any of the information I currently have in my Hobonichi on this weekly sheet, which is really nice. And I can get that set up. So, they do start at Monday and on Sunday, and the Sundays are marked in red in the book. So it starts in April, and the weeks run through right here. Next April 2015, April the 5th. So it's through the end of March, really. And then you would start a new book. So that's all this right here for the weeks in the book. And right now we are, let me find today's week. This is this week. So there's this much of the book that's unused for me as far as the weeks go. And most of this I have documented, so I may just go back and fill it in so that I have all that information in this one planner. Because I keep track of this already, and I'll just go back on my old sheets and put that in there so I have all the information. So after the weeks, it starts the daily pages. And there's no bookmarker for the weeks. Well, there's 2 bookmarks, and you can use one. I'm using one right now for the month and one for the day. There's not a third one to mark your week. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. I may just put a little piece of washi tape at the top so that I can flip right to that page and then clip it off when I'm done with that week. So here are the days. And they give you a freebie month starting in March. So this started in March 2014. But it's 2 days on a page for the month of March. And you see they're all marked on the side each month. So here is April. Beginning April, it's 1 day per page. The month 4, the day 1, has the moon phase here. And then it has, I don't know, you can't hardly see it. It is so light. It has check boxes right here to do like your top tasks for the day, possibly. Then it also has a numbering on the side right here where you can use that as a time grid for your day, or you can just ignore that if you don't want to use it. Otherwise, though, it's all this grid paper for the whole day, so you have a whole page for just one day. In the bottom, there's a quote, which is in Japanese. On the opposite page, there's another quote and the calendar for the month, and it shows you which 2 days you're looking at here on this spread. So these are all daily pages. All of this section of the book. And each month has a tab system, so you can flip to each month. Here's today. So I have this much of the book that is old sheets. So I think I'm going to use this section right here of these old sheets to put in my list and collections, because I do the bullet journal, and instead of using the back of the book like I was using in the Hobonichi, there's no room back here. So I'll just use these unused daily sheets to keep track of all that information. I will need to put in a spread, like a 2-day spread for each month to track all of my business information. So that'll take up some room up through next March or April. And then of course I have a list of all my reading list, my bucket list, just various other things that I keep track of, example schedules that I like to do, how I want to block out my time for each day, which I may use some unused weekly sheets for that. But that's it. Those are the daily pages, and each month is a different color. So whatever color the little tab is here on the side, the grid and the lettering is all in that same color. All those monthly pages. And at the very end, it ends on March 31st. Is the last day in this planner. March 31st, 2015. And then it just gives you 2 sheets of plain graph paper on the next. And then it has a sheet for my anniversaries. And here is all in Japanese, but it looks like dialing codes. And here's just a little section, graph paper section, I guess, to keep track of certain things. You can do like a graph. Here's a timetable, like if you're in classes, you can keep track of your schedule. Here's a 2-page spread for favorites. So you can keep track of websites or other favorite restaurants, movies, books, music. See the little symbols? Passwords. And you can star it if it's a 5-star. This is in Japanese, but that looks like weights and measurements, maybe. Conversion tables. Over here, maybe more measuring system conversions. I'm not really sure. Over here, I don't know what this is. See? Has pictures of mushrooms and like a toad and a bird. I'm not sure what that is. And over here, I'm not sure what this is either. Here's a page for gifts. And you can mark over here, I guess, put the date. And you can mark whether you gave the gift to somebody or you got it from somebody. And here's a page for addresses. Here's a page that it looks like tells you how old you are according to what year you were born. One of those type of charts. And here's the section for personal notes, I guess, to put in your name, address, all that information. And then I guess this is probably just the last information page here. And that's it for the book. It comes with this little guide, which is all in Japanese. Oh, no, it's not. So let you know it's a 1 day per page. 180-degree open, which means, you know, this thing is lovely that you open it up and it just lays right flat. Words. Maybe they mean quotes. It has weekly sheets. It has a notebook. The paper, I guess, is talking about the paper, so Tomo River paper. So and then they give some examples of how to use it. If you look on the Hobonichi website, you can find some examples on there too, and they'll show, you know, ways that different people are using it for business, for hobbies, for family stuff. And there's all this information. Download. I don't know what you can download. I'll have to look that up. A guidebook. I guess it's this. And 1101.com is the website where you purchase the Hobonichi. That's the store. And if you're interested in the English version, it's A6 size, which means it's significantly smaller. It's probably more like the size of this booklet here. It's very small. But they do have an English version in the A6 size. And if you go online, the website is all in English, and so it's very easy to order. I ordered this off the website, and it was all in Japanese, but you can still understand the website, and you can see, because there were several things I tried to purchase the covers that were out of stock, but it's very easy to tell. You can't even click on the add to cart button because they're out of stock. And then once you get to the shopping cart, there's an option at the top that tells you to switch to English, and you can switch it over to English, and it shows you your whole cart, everything in English, so you really understand what it is that you're ordering. So it's really simple. And I ordered this on a Friday night, and I got it in the mail on a Wednesday morning. It was so fast. I was really impressed. So I'm going to start setting this up and make sure that it's going to work for me like my faux Hobonichi was working, and we'll see how it goes. And I will be back tomorrow to show you guys how I set it up, and wish me luck. Thanks you guys, and everybody have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.